What's up, minasan? My name is Brandon, and today we're going to be learning about Japanese Sign Language, specifically aisatsu, or greetings in Japanese Sign Language. So before we start, there are two types of Japanese Sign Language. There is the normal Nihon Shua, which is Japanese Sign Language. Oh, hello cat. This is used by everybody in the deaf community. The second one is called Nihongo Taio Shua, which is Japanese Compatible Sign Language. I don't know the official English term for that. I actually just used Google Translate to see what would pop up. And I'm sorry, there's a cat right here. Hello, kitty. Hello. Whoa, okay. I guess you're gonna be joining me. So the reason why there's two sign language, or two different ones, is that the Japanese Compatible Sign Language is more like it uses the same signs, but it follows the spoken Japanese grammar, like des or desuka, or mashita, shimashita, shimasen deshita. So it follows what it's like when you speak Japanese. The reason why we have this, or why they have this, is because it makes it easier for people who are starting to learn sign language, and people who lost their hearing while they were growing up. The main sign language is Nihon Shua. You would think that I would teach you the compatible way first, but instead I'm going to be teaching you guys Nihon Shua, the normal one. And this is what they use in anime all the time. First thing that we want to start off is the Jiko Shokai, the self-introduction. This Japanese sign language for Jiko Shokai is you bring one finger up like this, all the way up, and then use your thumb and cover your mouth with it. Well, not covering, but move your mouth. So Jiko Shokai. Jiko Shokai. So and the most important thing when you do a Jiko Shokai or a self-introduction is you say Hajimemashite, or nice to meet you. So the way to do this in sign language is the first one is put your hand like this. You kind of like grabbing something from your hand. This is the Japanese sign language for Hajimemashite. So the way this works is that it's broken in two different sign language. The first one is Hajimete, or also Saisho. This is also known as, or in English it's the first time. So first time. And the next one is Ao. This is the sign language for Ao, which is to meet. So when you say Hajimemashite, as the nice to meet you, you're pretty much just saying, first time meeting you. First time meeting you. Hajimemashite, or nice to meet you. Hajimemashite. The next part will be saying your name. So depending on where you are, the sign for name or namae is actually different in two different places. So the Kanto way of doing it, which is where Tokyo is, the Kanto way of doing it is they put your hand like this. This is namae in the Kanto area. If you live in the Kansai area where Osaka is, it's actually this. So you still use it the same way, but it's just different sign. But what I've seen, most people just use this anyways. So we're just going to be doing this. So to say me or watashi, you just point the book shows that you can do it this way, like physically pointing yourself. But I found out that using your fingers to point at things isn't really like nice, or it's kind of disrespectful a little bit. So what I've seen people do instead is that they just use their entire hand. Like this is anata, watashi, watashi no namae. As you can see, there's not really a wa or no. It's just kind of put all together, and that's kind of like how Japanese sign language work. So to put it all over again, watashi no namae wa, and whatever your name is in sign language. So for my sign language, it would be, or my name in sign language, it would be watashi no namae wa to imasu. So the imasu, this is to you, which is to speak. So it's like I'm literally just telling you like this is my name, or this is how you say my name, which is Brandon in Japanese. One more time. 私の名前はブランドンと言います。If you want to say what's your name, you just say that あなたの名前は何ですか? This is the sign language for nani. So one more time. あなたの名前は何ですか? That's name. That's how you say your name. At some point, I might do a video about the Japanese sign language, or the hiragana in Japanese sign language. There's already a bunch of videos on YouTube, so I'm not sure if I want to make one. We'll see. So the next sign language we're going to be learning is Ohayou gozaimasu. Ohayou gozaimasu. You can think of it as, you know, in the morning when you have the blanket, when you wake up, you take the blanket off. That's one way to symbolize it. You could do the full way, which is like this, or you could just do it one way, like, or just this way. And that also works. That also means good morning. Ohayou. Ohayou gozaimasu. The next one is konnichiwa, which is this. You can think of it as a clock. When you have both the hour and the minute pointing at the 12, and then you do the aisatsu. Konnichiwa. The next one is konbanwa. Konbanwa has two sign language. The first one is night or yoru. This is the sign language for yoru. And aisatsu. Konbanwa. I think I've also heard that you can also just do the yoru one and people would just know that's konbanwa. You don't have, like, you get the typical, the normal, like the international, like hello, like the wave. People understand it. A lot of people like to do the salute kind of way of doing it. I've seen a lot of people doing the salute. I don't think I've seen girls do it. I've seen a lot of guys do it. But you could just say hello. I've seen a lot of people do this as well. Oyasumi or good night. It's this. Oyasumi. Oyasumi. That's good night. So the next sign language we're gonna be learning is arigato. Arigato gozaimasu. This actually has some historical context. Sumo wrestlers, when they win their prize money, before like grabbing the money, they do this. I'm not really sure too much why, but that's just what they do, and you know, they adopted that as part of the Japanese sign language. So arigato gozaimasu. If you want to be very polite, like keigo, like arigato gozaimashita, you know, you just do it very slowly. Arigato gozaimasu. Arigatou gozaimasu. The next one is gomennasai. Gomennasai. What you do is that you get two fingers, pinch them together. You don't actually pinch your face, just in front of your eyes, and then you do this. Gomennasai. Gomennasai. The next one's gonna be do itashimashite, which means you're welcome, kinda. Yeah, it's a little bit like you're welcome. This also could be interpreted as kamawanai, which means I don't really mind, or iyo, which means yeah, you go for it. So iyo, kamawanai yo. You can also make this as a question and say, "In desu ka?" You know, but you have to kind of raise your eyebrows, like, "Kore in desu ka?" I'm not really good at this. "In desu ka?" "In desu ka?" The next one is otsukaresama. Otsukaresama. Otsukaresama means thank you for your hard work. This also means taihen. So, for example, shigoto wa taihen, you know, work was really hard. So you can use that meaning as well. The next one is yoroshiku onegaishimasu. Yoroshiku onegaishimasu. This is also broken in two different sign language. The first one is yoi, which is good in Japanese, and then onegai. Yoroshiku onegaishimasu. Yoroshiku onegaishimasu is just kind of like what you say, like thank you for your support. There's not really a exact direct translation to this in English. You just say this when, like, let's say you're about to work together as a group with somebody. You know, you say yoroshiku onegaishimasu. You can, so going back to this also means please, onegai. You know, some people can do this like onegai. You know, can you buy this for me? Onegai, onegai shimasu. The next one's gonna be wakarimashita. Wakarimashita. You can't really see it, but you just stroke your hand downwards against your chest. Wakarimashita. There's another way of doing this. You could tap your chest twice. Wakarimashita. You can also do this the more tene or the more polite way of doing it by just doing it much slowly. Kashikomarimashita. Shochi shimashita. That's one way to do it. If you're with your friends, you could be like, wakata. You know, like I got it. You know, you can do that as well. The next one is wakarimasen. Or this is also interpreted as shiranai. This means I don't know. I don't understand. Gomennasai. Wakarimasen. You do it 2 times. The book says to do it 2 times. And by the book, I mean, I have this little book about sign language here. Most books, the textbook will always say do it twice. But I've seen people just do it once, and that's it. So I don't think it really matters. So, hai and ie. So this is very simple. You just nod your head. Hai. Hai. Ie is just move your head. Ie. Ie. To say bye-bye, it's just waving. I've seen people just wave, and that works just as well. The next one is mata ne, or see you next time. This one, it's kind of like you're doing the peace symbol. Mata ne. The next one is mata aemashou. Mata aemashou. This means to, you know, let's meet again at some point. If you remember this is see you next time. Ao. So see you next time. Let's meet again. I guess that's a way. It's just a way to interpret that. The last one is gonna be hisashiburi. Hisashiburi. This means long time no see. Hisashiburi. That's all for today, guys. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I hope you learned something about Japanese Sign Language. And I'll see you next time. Mata ne.